why is it important that we discuss career exploration? So, what is career exploration? Career exploration is facilitated by interpersonal and intrapersonal factors. It is largely construed as having a very positive impact on our career outcomes. When we talk about career exploration, I have come across so many, and I'm sure many of you would have come across many people who would have come to you and said, I have a good job, my family's taken care of, but I'm not satisfied in the job that I do. Now, why is that? So, how can we enable people to look at career explorations from a different perspective? And I think that starts from the time a person is probably, I think, maybe in childhood or even during teenage years. So, what is the importance of career exploration? Career exploration helps students bridge the gap between education and the workforce. It's also by showing students just how their interests, academic career aspirations, and skills can translate into the job market and what steps they can take to reach the goals.
Read the book on Ikigai, they would also know the Okinawa island where people live more than 100 years. So the wellness or the longevity or the aspect of living a life to the fullest without losing interest in life comes from your actions. Now, I also would like to add one more ancient text, which I would prefer to call it Bhagavad Gita, or the best living guide, in which there is a particular chapter on what you do, which is called the Karma Yoga. Now, the Karma Yoga actually talks about what you do, what you should not do, and how to do it, and all these aspects, which actually gives you, each chapter stresses on one aspect, which is well-being or living a better life. So when I read Ikigai, I really found that somewhere or the other, the same message comes from all corners, which actually talks about enjoying what you do and living this moment without getting stressed. And if you know the way, like if that is your Ikigai, if you have pitched something and you've picked the career you wanted, that doesn't mean ever that that's the last career you will choose. Probably at the age of 50, like Ray Kroc, you might start a McDonald's, or maybe a bus conductor who became a superstar. So the Ikigai can be transformed at any point in your lifetime. You just have to wait and keep your eyes open.
Do you find that the work that you do is something that you look at as a task, or is it something that you look every day, look forward to?
Yeah, okay. So here I'd like to add one point where when somebody asks, like, where do you work? So many a times I had to say that, no, I don't work, because I never felt it taxing, or never felt it as something I'm doing on compulsion to earn money. Rather, I was enjoying it. So I was enjoying, for which I was being paid as a radio jock, as an actor, as a voice coach, as a maybe as a mentor for many people, as an artist for that matter, like doing paintings and all those things. So when somebody asks, do you work? So many times I had to say that, no, I don't work, I enjoy. And when it comes to work-life balance, yes, that's one question which can be a stressor to a lot of people, because you will have to find time for your relationships. You will have to find time for your family, and forgetting food and working. There are many people who do that also. That can lead to many physiological problems, or probably sicknesses, diseases, and all that issues too, because forgetting the food for which you are working for, when you're working, it's a vicious circle, and you fall sick and you won't be able to do what you are enjoying. So that is one aspect of it. Another, time management, if it is possible, then you should be able to store time and use it later. Say I'm managing 5 kilos of rice over a period of 1 month. I can store it, I can use it, And maybe today I'm taking less, tomorrow there are guests, then I'm taking more. So that is what you call management. And time, you cannot store time and use it later. So that is
Yes.
why I believe that you cannot manage time, but yes, you can save yourself some time now, and then maybe time duplication and working as a team. All those things are possible only if you manage yourself with time. Now, take the case of procrastination. Uh, when a person thinks that, okay, I will do it tomorrow, tomorrow never comes, and that work will never be done. So it is not the time management which really matters, it's the self-management according to the flowing resource, what we call time.
Something about what you do and the persona that
Mhm.
you project because of what you do. Can you explain, please?
Yeah. Say there are times when, as a media person, I should be doing my public relations. If you don't do that, then people don't know you. But if you take the acting career where I'm doing the soap operas in Malayalam, so when I go to a place, they identify me as the person whom I played on the screen. So if I'm a villain, they look at me as if I'm a villain, or probably as a grandfather. Now, when I'm doing a grandfather character, they identify me as that grandfather. So the persona you project is again, it comes to what you're doing. Now, for my patients, I'm a doctor. For my clients, I'm a lawyer. For my friends, I'm a friend rather than any of these. So, in different ways, there is no single use it all persona which a person can have. So, that's why I said the persona you project on to a person, that will be just one portion of you. It will be just the tip of the iceberg. So, you should be exploring as we talk about the career explorations. Career is not, people think that if I become a doctor, it's the end of it. No, it is not that. So there are people who have changed their professions and became successful just because they identified that the kind of persona they are projecting now is different from what they really want to be. So that aspect of what you project to a person's mind, that plays a very important role.
And to have someone in our audience who is, let's say, in their 20s, what would you have probably liked to tell your 20-year-old self had you had the wisdom that you have today?
Uh, at the age of 20, we would be so carried away by so many different aspects of life. We forget that we do have a self. It would be sounding very philosophical if I say so. But the thing which I would like to tell any 20-year-old who is right now listening, or a person if he comes to me, then I would say that hardships, learn to fight it. Challenges, learn to face it. If you don't, you will really regret later on. Because when you're very open about, yes, I can, that one single word that can help you fight that particular challenge and move ahead. And you will be proud about yourself when you reach, say, my age. I'm not that too old, like when I'm 20 years, that's about 27 years back, but still. Uh, when you actually are ready to fight the challenges rather than escaping, that will make life very worthwhile. And whatever you do, this is what you're going to be identified for. So,
You actually be able to, in terms of career explorations, how would you actually enable or even recommend those who are embarking on their career choices to look at a career which is not perhaps relating to either fame or even publicity, which they may for at least for a period of time believe that is something they wish to aspire to be in?
your, say, one picture or one video, or probably a kind of a post, if it attracts 10 people, you would get a message saying that for 100 likes, 10 rupees, for 200 likes, 20 rupees, and for 1,000 likes, 500 rupees, or from 1 million likes. This is, and this kind of a short lived or a shortcut fame yeah, that will not remain with you for a long time because that can be taken away once the money is over. That's going to go off, and that's it. So, the question you need to ask yourself whether I'm worth this fame.
And of course, also look at online career counseling as well for those of you who would like to know a little more about where your aptitude lies. I think all in all, I would highly recommend that please get into the profession that you're passionate about. And because you would be able to, let's say, around 10 or 30 or 40 years down the line, look back and look ahead also with a sense of satisfaction that you are evolving, getting better, and contributing to the world in the best possible way, and leading a happy life too in the process.